The Chief of Staff met this evening with the head of the local municipalities in the south, part of the commitment of the IDF. He listened to the head of the municipalities out of the pain of October 7th. He thanked them for their leadership and is committed that the fighting will continue to fulfill the goals of the war. IDF forces at this time continue to attack Hamas strongholds in the refugee camp of Shati. Ground troops and engineering have taken over dozens of buildings and took over terrorists who were part of the defense of the field. In addition, other troops have taken over the seaports of Gaza, and this is how they surround completely, both with the ground troops and the Navy troops. They locate long-range projectiles, shafts of tunnels, and destroy them. They operate on the ground together with the Shin Bet and 504 unit. They arrest Hamas terrorists who are moved to interrogation. We have so far arrested 20 terrorists for investigation in Israel. Among them, also some of those who took part in the massacre. The fighting brings about all the abilities of the IDF, including an entire brigade of reservists that operates with coordination of ground and air, including airstrikes of dozens of targets. At the same time, we're also looking for the leadership of the Hamas with the IDF, the Air Force, the intelligence, and the Shin Bet. We will reach all of them. We also opened corridors from the hospitals in the north of the Gaza Strip to the south. We're speaking to the managers and allowing them assistance in order to transfer patients safely. They continue to follow the guidelines and moving south, although Hamas does everything possible to make them stay. We offered the Shifa Hospital fuel. Last night we prepared 300 liters of fuel. We spoke to the hospital and are still waiting for the hospital to collect the fuel. The leadership of Hamas through their Ministry of Health is preventing the hospital to receive the fuel. We also ready to assist with moving newborns from the hospital. Those who prevent it are Hamas. Should the hospital ask us, we will assist with both with the fuel and with the newborns to another hospital. Our communication will continue with the Shifa Hospital. In the north, Israeli fighter jets are attacking Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon in response to rockets fired towards the Haifa area. We also struck a squad that has struck Israeli civilians with an anti-tank missile. We've also struck 4 similar squads in the past day. The IDF is focused on Gaza, but we are also on high readiness in the north. Hezbollah and the Lebanese government are responsible for any fire coming out of Lebanon. They will pay the price for these attacks. The IDF has working plans to change the defense situation in the north. It will not remain in a sense that the residents of the north will not feel safe to return to their homes. In the home front, I call you to continue to follow the guidelines. They save lives. We operate all the time, also today, over many hours, with the senior officers of the IDF, operational and intelligence, and everything that we can do in order to bring back hostages back home safely. We'll continue continue to do so around the clock, all the time. These processes are complicated and they take time. So far, we notified families of 239 hostages. We'll continue to update the families with any information that we have, and then later the public. We also give notices to the families of 361 fallen IDF soldiers. They are heroes, and those are the ones that allow us to enable to continue and fight to protect the home. Questions?
כן, יונתן רווה מכאן 11. אנחנו ראינו היום את הירי בצפון.
We saw the firing in the north
ועוד פעם ירי לקראים.
and
האם יש עוד דם?
also another firing towards the Haifa area. The IDF operates for several weeks, for 6 weeks, since this against the Hezbollah terror group. In every strike, Hezbollah pays the price, and it knows exactly what price it's paying. Back to Lebanon, and it will continue to pay a heavier price. With every strike, we will have a severe response. And despite of what I'm saying now, we're also operating in the West Bank. We also operated in Syria, and we'll operate in every place where terror towards the state of Israel is activated. As for your question, I reiterate, IDF has working planes also for the north. We will not allow the security situation in the north to be such that the residents will not feel safe to return to their homes.
תת-אלוף גרי, סגי מחדשות 14, שתי שאלות ברשותך. לגבי הצפון, עד כמה צה"ל איפוק מול לבנון, אל מול ההסלמה שהגיעה היום
whether the IDF
לעלות את רף התגובה.
should raise its response.
כמו שאמרת, הוכנסו הלילה דלקים.
As you said, fuel has been
אז מה השתנה כעת?
entered into the Gaza Strip. I want to reiterate, no fuel entered the Gaza Strip. No fuel entered the Gaza Strip and will not enter the Gaza Strip unless we receive other instructions. What happened was that we communicate with the Shifa hospital and we prepared fuel, 300 liters for the generators for the hospital. We supervise the hospital and we know the situation there. That's why we are in direct communication with this hospital. It has not been collected yet. It is 300 meters from the hospital, and we're ready for it to be collected by the hospital or by the Red Cross. Hamas will not touch this fuel. I repeat. This with regards to the fuel. As for the north, we respond severely against every attack of Hezbollah against our civilians and soldiers. Every attack in the north is responded with a severe response. And Lebanon, who is a sovereign country, is taking a serious risk with these reactions. IDF operates according to the international law, and those who commit war crimes, the Hezbollah group commits crimes against the state of Israel, will continue to operate severely. We will leave the northern border in a way in which the residents feel safe. Thank you.